Okay, now in this section we're going to start applying the aromatherapy acupressure to either yourself or maybe your family or your friends or your clients in your spa or clinic. So, okay, I want to just walk you through the steps so you get a good understanding of what you need to do when you're doing these for each emotional imbalance. So, the first thing we're going to do is you're going to download the PDF file in your resources. So what we'll do, because I need you to be focused, I need you to concentrate, and I need you to remember what I'm talking about. Let's start with the Focus Concentration Memory PDF file. So, what we're going to do is, you'll see when you open that file, I've got a bit of research that shows the effectiveness of studies that have been done, how effective, and you'll see, I think it's 65 or 75% memory has been enhanced using rosemary. So, and there's other ones with lavender and how effective they are. So then you go down below that and you'll see my recommended essential oils in that table. So you can use, as I said to you before, you can use more than one, but I'll keep it simple for the moment, all right? And we'll walk you through this. So so first thing you want to do, what of those essential oils do you have? Now remember, as I said to you before, if you don't have any of those on the list, now they're common ones, so I would doubt this, but if you don't, then you'll go to your stimulating list of essential oils to see which ones you've got. If you need to be stimulated for focus, in other words, if your energy was low and you need to get that because you're tired and you're not focused because of that. However, if you're not focused because you're scattered, you're not concentrating because your energy is all sort of scattered, then you'll need to do soothing. So that's up to you. Do you need to get more energy and be stimulated and energized and uplifted? Then that's the stimulating oils. If not, then you're going to use soothing ones because as I say, you need to calm down to get that focus. All right. Now, so let's say I'm going to use rosemary. So the first thing, if you're pregnant, nursing mother, or you're treating a child, you're going to have to cross-check the oil that you want to use or oils that you're going to use to make sure they're not contraindicated. So that'll be your first step if that applies to you. Because I'm a healthy adult, I'll be using a 2% dilution, which is 6 drops of essential oil into 2 teaspoons of carrier oil, all right, which I'll go through. So, but if it was a child, pregnant, elderly, or a person that has known sensitivities, then drop it back to 1% or less as your dilution, which would be 3 drops. So you halve it. Instead of 6 drops, it'd be back to 3 drops. Okay? Now, all right, so your carrier oil, you grab your carrier oil and you get your measuring teaspoons or what have you, or you can use the little medicine things that you use with cough medicine, and that's got 5 ml or 10 ml, whatever you want. So remember, it's for the metric people out there, 10 mils, 2 teaspoons. For people in the United States, Myanmar and Liberia, it will be 0.33 fluid ounces, 2 teaspoons. Let's keep it simple. So tip that in. Now I've got a little dish here. All right, so because you're going to make the blend. So what we do 1 teaspoon of, I've got extra virgin cold pressed olive oil out of the kitchen, 2 teaspoons of that. Your beauty. We've done that. Now I get my rosemary and I'm going to add 6 drops of rosemary to that mix. 6 drops there. Perfect. Then I'll just swirl this around a little bit. And then I'm going to add it to either my dark glass jar or bottle. Now the ones with the little tea pipettes, the little droppers are good ones as well to use because you can then put drops on. Or you can use a roller bottle, as I've said throughout the course. So, and then I will just take this off and I will add them into that. So that's what I'll do. So there we are. So let's just say now that I have my 2% dilution in carrier oil, my 6 drops of rosemary in 2 teaspoons, and now it's good to go. Right, so that's for our acupressure points. Now let's just say, because I want to get a few things, really prepared, I've gone out and got myself an inhaler tube. So what I'm going to do is going to undo this, take the wick out, and I'm going to put, let's say rosemary, because I can then use that when I'm going out and about. So not only can I'll take this with me so that I can focus on the points with this, but this one, then I'll be inhaling, which will be super powerful as well. So I'll have both of those. The other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get some essential oils and make a blend for my diffuser, because I've got a diffuser, so that's great because I'm going to be able to use that. So what I'm going to do with my diffuser is I'm going to make a blend, because I happen to have these lovely now you'll see they've got suggested blends. I've got suggested blends, not they. I've got suggested blends there you can use. Or let's say we want to practice making a bouquet. We'll do this by the notes, all right? So if it's a diffuser, let's say you've got water, one of the diffusers adds the 100 mils of water, whatever you put in, you're going to use 6 drops in total. Now, of course, you could double it up, but I would start with 6 drops in total, and then you can always, double that up if you want something more powerful. So you get a nice clean dish again, or you can drop them directly into the diffuser, but I like to mix them up first. I think it's better. So we'll get a top note. All right, I've got basil, so I'll put in 3 drops of basil. That's 3 of your top note. And then, remember there's no carrier oil because it's just for a diffuser. And then a middle note, rosemary. Okay, I'll do the rosemary. So 2 drops of the middle note. And now I need one of the base note, frankincense. I just happen to have that right here. So 1 drop of the base note. 3, 2, 1. 3 at top, 2 of middle, and 1 of base. That will give you a lovely blend. And you could use any other ones if you have those others. And now that I'm going to drop into my diffuser when I want to use that at home. So that's your aromatherapy done. All right. Now, so we're loaded up. We've got this ready for our points. Let's get now to the acupressure points. Okay. Now, the first acupressure you're going to find is called DO20 or GV20. It's on the governing vessel. That's why it's GV, governing vessel. Yes. All right. Now, the way to locate that. Now, this point is fantastic. Not only for concentration. This clears the mind and calms the mind as well. So it's a really clearing point. It's the highest point on the body. And what you do from the tips of your ears, you're going to just go straight up to the center point. And you'll feel around, there will be a little indentation. And that's your point there. So straight up from the tips of the ears. Another way you can do it is just hold the thumbs there at the tips and go up like that. But it's right in the center there, and you'll feel a little indentation. That's DO20, GV20. Now, this is great for headaches, for tinnitus, insomnia. It's right at the top. So what you're going to do there, so you find the point. So what we're going to do, you're going to get your essential oil. I'll rub it here. I could rub it directly. And then put it up there, put the essential oils on. And then make sure you cover up your essential oils because they're volatile. Don't want them evaporating away. And then you can just sit back, and this is when it's time for you to close your eyes, preferably, and just do your deep breathing. So, as I said to you earlier in the course, now you really want to go inward and whatever you're doing, but just, look, if you don't know about meditation or anything, just think of just nice, relaxed, deep breathing, slowing the breathing down as you focus your finger up on that point there. And you want to do that, as I say, a minimum of 30 seconds to 90 seconds, a minute and a half. All right, so that's DO20. A really good point, really helps focus, but especially it clears the mind. Right, the next point is kidney 1. So we're going from the highest point of the body to kidney 1, which is the lowest point of the body. It's the only point on the bottom of the foot. Kidney 1 is a great point to ground you. So if you need grounding, you're not focused, your mind's all over the place, you're trying to focus, but you're just not grounded. This is a great point. So let me show you. All right, so I grab my oil. Let's use this one here. So I've got my rosemary oil in the dilution. I'm going to put some on my finger there. All right. You can put it directly on the point. I could also do with a roller ball. So I'm going to show you where this point is, kidney 1. So let me come back. All right. So if you flex your foot, you'll feel you'll drop into a hollow. Now, see, this is what someone calls I read it, the butt cheeks of the foot. I never actually realised that, but yes, I guess so. It's about an inch down. So from the butt cheeks of the foot, come down, it's in the centre line, and if you flex your foot like that, you will feel it in there. Okay? So, essential oil on, and away you go. Now, come back. Here we go. All right. So now remember, this is one of the points that's, you've got 2 feet, I imagine. So this is one of the points where you do them both sides. So I just got my foot pressing on here. Another great thing you can do for this is put your essential oils on. Let's say at the office, put your essential oils on and have a ball like a golf ball underneath your foot, and you rub that, you're on the ground with the golf ball on the ground. Put a little sort of towel down if you can, so the golf ball doesn't sort of flick off going somewhere. So you do this 30 seconds or for as long as you like, and again, just hold this point, and again, just focus, deep breathing. It's really important you do that each time when you're pressing the points. And I do that, and then get my essential oil, put it onto the other side, and do the other point as well. All right, so that's governing vessel 20, straight up the top from the tips of the ears into the indentation, and then kidney 1, especially if you need grounding. Do it anyway, but if you need grounding, spend more time on that. The next one is GV, governing vessel again, 26. So we had GV 20, now we're going down to 26. Now this point is incredibly good for mental concentration and focus. Now they actually use it, it's a revival point as well for people that are unconscious, and so they stimulate that. Now it's also good for back pain. In fact, when we did acupuncture, that we were told that you put the needle in here up towards, sort of up this way, but in through here and up. When you see the tears coming down from the person's eyes, you know you've got the right spot. I never did that one. I don't really want my clients crying, but anyway. So it's right in the middle of the field, right here. Midway between here. Now you can use the tip of your finger, or, which is better still, is use your fingernail. Now this is a great point if you're drowsy, you're driving along, you're drowsy, that sort of thing. So get my essential oil. The other great thing is it's right underneath your nose, and so you're going to inhale so much more here as well. So you're just going to press that. You see that? They actually use this point on dogs and cats and horses to revive them if they're having seizures, having cardiac arrests, respiratory distress. They use that as well, and for people that faint. So just remember this point as well. But it is a brilliant, brilliant point for mental clarity, for memory, for focus. It is really powerful. And it's easy. You can just sort of sit here. You could be in a meeting pretending you're thinking. You've got your rosemary on your finger here, and yes. Oh, I remember. Sneaky. So you could do that as well. All right. So GV20, the top of the head. Now you could also, by all means, and I encourage you to do this, is do the 2. So you can do both of these at the same time. You can do those both at the same time. And especially if you're treating someone, you could do them, if you've got them on the massage table, for example, and do those points there. Then you go down to kidney 1 and press on those as well, put your oil on. Now, the other one, which is the most famous point for energy. So if you're not focused and concentrating because you're just exhausted, you just don't have the energy, you've been doing a lot of study or what have you, you want to go for stomach 36. This is the point to lift your spirits, to give you focus and to give you energy. It's called the 3 mile point because traditionally soldiers in China would rub this and they could walk an extra 3 mile. So how do you find this? Let me go back. So it's 4 fingers down from the kneecap on the outside of the tibia, which is your shin bone, 1 finger width out. Let me show you. So, back here. All right. kneecap, 4 fingers down. That's 4 fingers. Then just come out half an inch, a centimetre, and there it is there. And of course you would do both sides. 4 fingers down, come out, so you do both sides. So 4 fingers down, and then just come out from the bone. And this point, you can of course rub it with your fists, what have you. Of course you're going to put your essential oil on. So, I'll show you that. Put that on my finger, 4 fingers down, across. And then, now of course you could put the oils directly onto the point as well. By all means you could do that. Put it on your finger, whatever you find easiest. And that's what you do, both sides again. So there are 4 really, really great points to help your focus, to help your energy, to ground you if you need it, and to help you concentrate. So if you're doing exams or study, or you've got a business meeting, then say a great one with kidney 1 is with a ball underneath your foot. So that's how you're going to apply it through these the upcoming lectures. So you get your carrier oil, you get your essential oils that you want. You can use them in your diffuser. Remember, you're going to do a 2% dilution for your to use on your body. You'll just use them straight for the diffusers. Use them straight for the inhaler tubes if you want to do that, or put them on a tissue, undiluted. Okay, so that's what we'll do. So let's get on to the next lecture.